Hut, hut, hike. Hello again, my fellow Bears fans. Your boy Roy for Chicago Football Talk, and football is finally here. The Cowboys and the Giants face off tonight as the NFL kicks off its season officially tonight on national television, and I can't wait. But we're not here to talk about the NFC East. We're here to talk about the Chicago Bears, and I just kind of wanted to share some of my thoughts again that Cutler reiterated and reinforced in my mind. I started to get the feeling early on in the week that the Colts are going to have the upper hand on the Bears. Their defense is going to have the upper hand on the Bears offense. Not only is the Bears offense new, defenses generally get going a little bit earlier, a little bit sooner, a little quicker out of the gates when the season starts. A lot of that is playing off emotion and instinct and adrenaline, obviously being disciplined and knowing where you are, but you're taking a look at two new systems facing off against each other. And the Colts, though, they have a little bit more footage to look at. They can look at last year because Mike Tice was with the team last year in terms of what they can expect out of the running game. They can look at some old Broncos footage to look at what they can expect out of Bates and the passing game, and also look at some of when Mike Tice was running with the Vikings to see what kind of plays the Bears can expect to be running out of the offense. But the Bears don't have too much to look at on the Colts from a defensive standpoint. They are actually having to go back and look at when Pagano, their coach for the Colts, was with the Ravens to try to get an idea of what they're going to do. And not only are they facing a new defense with which they hardly have any tape to look at except for borderline meaningless preseason footage, they're facing a 3-4, one of the defenses they have the hardest times playing against. Now, there was a good sign that we saw in the preseason, and that was when they played the Redskins, who also play a 3-4. They actually seemed to handle it pretty well, and they were on their way to blowing them out before they yanked the starters in that game. So if that's any indication of what we can expect to see, then the Colts might have their hands full versus the Bears. But honestly, I think early on, the Bears offensively are going to struggle. What I really want to see out of them is they're going to need to be patient. I know Jay Cutler's going to come out amped up. Brandon Marshall's going to come out amped up. Matt Forte is going to come out amped up. Cutler and Forte because they hadn't played a regular season game in so long. Marshall because he's finally reunited and it feels so good with Jay Cutler and Jeremy Bates. And the whole offense in general, because they're going to look to prove a point, show that they can lead this team out there. But the Colts have the upper hand on the Bears. They know what the Bears are going to do defensively too. So that offense could end up putting pressure on the Bears offense in order for them to try to actually match up with them. So I expect the Bears offense to kind of struggle a little early. And it will be interesting. The key is they need to stay patient and they need to make adjustments as they try to figure out what. Nobody has any tape on the Colts, so the Colts are basically going to come in and catch the Bears unawares, if you will. So we'll see if they end up poking the stick on the sleeping bear and if the bear ends up biting. I still expect the Bears to win this game, but I'm just saying don't expect the offense to just come out, and firing on all cylinders right away. I will not be surprised if they struggle early because they have nothing to prepare for versus this. It's all guesswork. They're having to go back to when Pagano was with the Ravens to try to establish some kind of game plan, which they installed today. So as long as they have a lot of contingency plans, we're going to find out really more than anything this week about the offense, how well they're able to adjust. And the audibles are going to come into perfect play in this kind of situation. When you think they might be doing this, but you have no idea because there's no tendencies to look at, but you have an audible system to adjust. So the audibles are going to be a big key. Running that no huddle might be a big key, but don't be surprised if the Bears offense struggles a little bit because they've had nothing to look at. So that's all I wanted to mention in case you missed it on the show. Cutler alluded to it today at his press conference. They had to look at Ravens footage and they don't know what to look at. So there's not much there. So we'll see what they do. Enjoy the season as it kicks off. As always, your boy Roy for Chicago Football Talk. Peace and I'm out.